Everybody ready? Yeah! All right, now here we go. A one, a two, a one,
Let's get it on, everybody. It's Brandon, Jordan, and Cody, and we are back with the Get Sunday Covered podcast. It's good to see you guys. We are here on Wednesday, June 25th. It is the dead zone of all the sports season, but we're here to talk about some off-season stuff, talk about what GSC's got going on, how we're keeping our leagues engaged, things like that. And guys, we're about 2.5 months away from fantasy football. It seems like a long time, but just real quickly, guys, show of hands. Who cares about baseball?
Nobody. America's pastime. It's dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
just pass that right on.
Nobody cares until like
postseason,
September,
October.
Yeah. The one good thing I'll give baseball is that the pitch count, the pitch clock, like huge, man. I felt like that was needed, because there is no time, there is no clock in baseball, and I don't know. It's baseball though. Like, yeah, I'll start paying attention once postseason rolls around, and then maybe wait till like the World Series rolls around type thing,
Exactly.
But no,
so we are in the dead zone right now, guys. So we just wanted to. It's been a while since we chatted with you all, so we wanted to check in and talk about some fun stuff. So I guess, guys, it's been a while since I saw you. It's really good to see you, but I'm just going to jump right into it. Tell me something about the off season that you're super excited about right now. Let's just roll.
Go ahead, Jordan.
I guess my thing is just kind of this. All these quarterbacks, like you have a bunch of new quarterbacks in new places. Guys that are in their second or third year, guys that have something to prove. The names that off the top of my head, is Russ Wilson and New York Giants. You got Rodgers with the Steelers. Geno Smith with the Raiders, Sam Darnold with the Seahawks. Like, those are just, I guess, veteran quarterbacks, and I'm curious, I guess the biggest one for me, I mean, they're all pretty big. Like, does Russ turn the Giants around? No, they're the New York Giants. Like, Eli Manning had some sort of prayer to turn them around for 2 Super Bowls. Like, is Rodgers going to come in with the Steelers? Like, I'll come out and say it right now. This isn't even an official, like, start of the season podcast. Rodgers win a Super Bowl, I'll buy his jersey. Like, I'll buy a Green Bay one and a Steelers one. Even Geno Smith with the Raiders, I don't think that's going to be great. Sam Darnold's got a lot to prove after Minnesota. JJ McCarthy, I think he's got a great team. I don't know. I'm just excited for some quarterbacks this year. Caleb Williams, like, was he really a bust or a fluke? Like, Jaden Daniels, is he really that good, or is he going to come out like CJ Stroud did his second year? So I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious about quarterbacks this year, man. Like, Justin Herbert ever going to, legitimately take a run at MVP? I don't know. Stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm excited for the quarterbacks, man. Like, just all the quarterbacks on the move. Some of these rookie quarterbacks coming in. Yeah, and I think just like maybe like second, third year guys, like, let's see if they're the real deal. Like, I'm just excited. Like, is Patrick Mahomes like just not going to be talked about anymore because Caleb Williams is going to come out and put up godly numbers? I don't know. Like, that's what makes football exciting. I think that's what fantasy is going to be really exciting this year, because if I don't get Lamar, I don't know who I'm going with. But that's what I'm excited with.
Yeah, Mr. I don't want Lamar on my team.
Yeah, I'm starting Josh Dobbs over him, but. Yeah, I think for me it's just kind of the quarterback carousel. Obviously, kind of all of us live in Colorado. I'm excited for the Broncos this year. I think, I don't want to say there's hype around them, but I feel like, see what Bo Nix, same thing, sophomore
hype, baby.
quarterback.
There is hype.
So it's like he comes out and has a bad year like CJ Stroud did, it's just like, how quick does he get thrown under the bus,
Sure.
But I guess for me, it's just all around the NFL, the quarterback. Like, what are we gonna get? Like, who are we gonna get from Seven's team?
Dude, yeah. The
So-
resident Saints fan forgets Sunday covered. That's a mess down there.
Yeah.
But
So just in general, is quarterbacks. What about for you, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just seeing what defense really is the next big D. I know, Salah's back in San Francisco, see how they do with him coordinating out there. Denver, they've been loading up on D. Baltimore doing the same. So curious to kind of see what who the next, top tier D is going to be. And, for me, I think Denver probably of all teams right now is at the top of my list. But I'm curious to kind of see who is loading up, and also just kind of seeing the different schemes that defenses are switching to, with not so many of the routes being the same nowadays, where it's a 10-yard out post or whatever it may be. Teams are now doing like these crazy, like, oh, we need you to go like 8.4 yards and then cut. It's a lot more kind of curiosity for me, seeing how teams adjust to not the consistent flow that they're so used to.
yeah, hell yeah, I agree. And Denver, baby. Bring back the no-fly zone. Like, what are we gonna call it this year when they're the best defense in the league?
Time to
We
get
gotta-
high zone. I don't know. Something like, let's fly with them. I don't know. There's only one no-fly
Very
zone.
clever.
Yeah, there's only one no-fly zone. Like, those guys are special.
Oh, yeah. Chris Harris, Aqib Talib. Yeah.
I think going with what you're saying, Brandon, I think the Jets, dumbest move was firing Robert Saleh. I think San Francisco's biggest move this offseason is bringing Robert Saleh back as a defensive coordinator. I just feel like, I talk about this, people in person all the time about, I think some guys are just meant to be coordinators and not head coaches. I'm not blaming the Jets on Saleh. I just think he did such a great job. Vic Fangio, another guy, great, coordinator. I don't even know where he's at now. He was Miami. He's on Washington now. I don't even know where he's at, but I feel like there's some guys that are coordinators, we'll see it. Kind of going along with your thing, Brandon, is both guys from the Detroit Lions. They lost their offensive and defensive coordinators getting head coaching jobs. So it's like,
yeah,
see, obviously, yeah, it's the players that are actually ultimately doing the work for you. You got to have that right guys to do it. But I don't know. I just feel like some guys are made to be coordinators, and other guys are made to step up and be head coaches. But yeah, I'm just excited for Denver all around this year. Like, been down a couple years, man. It's time to do something.
I just want to piggyback off of exactly what you just said. Guys that are coordinators and guys that are head coaches. Like, look at Kellen Moore. He's getting his chance finally, right? He's going to go down there, and this is his team. I'm genuinely curious to see how the Saints pan out in the next 2 to 3 years, because I love Kellen Moore, right? He's a BSU
Boise
alum.
State. Yep.
And I've always really enjoyed him as an OC. Obviously, a Super Bowl champ at this point with the Eagles. Great season. Awesome offensive coordinator. You're right. Sometimes a lot of that stuff does not translate into the next role.
Josh McDaniels.
Exactly.
Josh McDaniels is a huge one.
So
yeah,
I feel you.
I agree. Yeah, that's a pretty good point. I like that. Have you guys seen, and this is what caught my eye for the offseason, the Hawkeye system for the first downs? The chain gang's going away. What are your thoughts? It's about fucking time, is what I have to say.
I always tell people, dude, like, NHL has had replay for goals since like 97, 98 is when they started like having the overhead camera. like down on the line to make sure the puck crossed all the way over the line. For anyone that doesn't know hockey, it needs to go all the way over the line, not on the line,
Yeah.
all the way over. So yeah, NHL's had that. I always tell people with any of this, people just want the right calls. That's all anyone cares about. Like, we have enough cameras, we have enough technology. I have seen this, Cody, and like I've been waiting for this for at least probably 5 to 10 years, getting rid of having some sort of lasers for first down markers, like shooting across the field. Like, there's wild
Yeah.
stuff on construction sites with lasers and self-leveling lasers and shoot around, like all this stuff. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
can't we
Don't tell me you can't do it. Like, don't
like
tell me
you're
you
a
can't.
multi-billion
time.
dollar business, like you're
Yeah.
making more money than my company. It's like, you guys should have some sort of technology to do it. I'm excited for it. Like I said, hopefully it works out. Obviously, we'll see it in the preseason. The Hall of Fame game will be the first time we see it, right? I'm pretty sure they're doing
I
that
think
when I
so.
saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Like I said, hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's good. Kind of like speaking of I don't even know what you called it, Hell Zone or Hell Summer for baseball. They're obviously talking about going to the strike zone, having that strike zone. And
Oh, the automated strike zone.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like I
Yep.
said, I just tell people everyone just wants the right calls. That's all I care about. It's like, yeah, if my team loses because of it, it is what it is. I just know we didn't lose because of a bad call or a ref or something like that. Obviously, everyone's human, it's like it's hard to blame it on umps or refs or anything like that. So I'm excited
Right.
for it. I don't know. I think it's gonna be good for the sport.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
Me too.
Yeah. There.
I think Jordan hit it on the head there.
Yeah. Too many games that you can go back and watch and think, oh, well, if they would have gotten this call right, or if that was, I can't believe they didn't review that shit like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need it, dude. Like, the games are dramatic enough as it is. Those are calls you shouldn't be getting wrong. I think this is exciting. I think it's super
Yeah.
cool. And what I would love to see them do is like really lean into this type of technology and show you some more stats that like we haven't even thought of yet. You know what I mean? Like how much of the ball crossed the first down marker, or like it's just anything like that. I guess I think
Well,
it's great.
you could also find like some cool stuff behind quarterback analytics with like them throwing the ball, how fast it's going, how many
Yards is
RPMs are on
traveling.
the
Yeah.
ball,
Yep.
like how
Loft,
much
Absolutely.
air time.
spin. Like
Yeah.
you can
Absolutely.
get some cool stats out of it if they really
Yeah.
do it right.
Lean into that, man. Lean into that.
You
Do
I don't
like
really
do like the ball tracking in the air where you can like have like the tail you get for a golf shot, do something like that.
mhm.
You can do some cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Have do you guys I don't know if you know, Cody, and I don't know if they do it in the regular, if it's in the regular season or if it's I know they do it in the playoffs 100%, but if you notice on the players in the NHL on their shoulder, they'd have like a little, it's like it was a half-inch by 3 inch like little
Like a
piece
little air
sewn into
tag,
their
basically.
jersey. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that all it was
The
tracking.
mic.
Yeah, well, no, it was for like tracking your on ice time, how long you're
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah.
ice, your top speed, all this
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like put that in the NFL, and it's like I want to see someone's heart reaction or something when a ball's thrown to them, from a quarterback, like or in a big pressure situation. Like this dude's heart rate went up
Sure.
to, 180 beats per minute, like on this throw to him for this catch to win the game. Like just crazy stuff like that. Like it'll obviously show you these guys are just human like everyone else. Like they're excited as we are for this play to happen, and
Yeah.
obviously see if guys, Mr. Joe Cool or whatever, if like everyone's heart rate is going to go up. Like there's no way you're going to be that calm. Like you're still excited. But
No.
yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, I think it could from here it could like progress more into like other things and more statistics.
Well, guys, we got coaching changes, personnel changes, league changes, obviously. All I'm trying to get at is there is still a ton of stuff to be excited about with the NFL. I'm still paying attention. I'm still super excited. So what I want to do is kind of transition into talking about how we're rolling through the offseason, specifically with Get Sunday covered, and then also our sister leagues and stuff like that, how we're keeping them engaged, some of the changes that are going on, kind of what the plan is. Obviously, we're in summer, everybody's in summer mode. We're going to the lake, we're going camping, we're doing our off-season stuff. But those of us that win championships, like myself, we're still paying attention, right? So,
Loser.
I had to throw it in there. I had to
You're
throw it in
such
there
a
at some
cuck,
point, guys. I had to
bro.
have one. I had to
You are
get one,
such a
right?
cuck.
You're
God, this
lucky.
fucking guy.
Hey, listen here, man. You're lucky I didn't wear my crown again for this episode because
Oh
I'm
my
still living
goodness.
large. But so what about you guys? What's going on with your leagues? And then we'll jump into
Sit over here.
get
Sit.
Sunday covered and talk about how we're keeping each other engaged and what we got going on for the off season.
Yeah, I'll start real quick. So off-season polls, rule changes, stuff like that. Rolling those out to the groups, to the different divisions, and really just making sure we're ready for the new season. We just did our dynasty draft. There were a couple polls that we put up within there, Cody. I am so happy we kept it with a one quarterback and not two quarterback super flex because
Yeah,
that would
same.
have instantly fucked my team. Um, so yeah, I mean, doing stuff like that, keeping people engaged, and then main league, keep an eye out because I'm gonna be sending out fantasy awards here before the draft, and then we'll do that like we did last year where we announced it draft day.
Sweet.
And then other thing that we really look forward to during the off season, draft order determination. Where do you fall?
Yeah. What about you, Jordan?
Kind of the same things as kind of tagging along with Brandon said. Um, I've just been kind of more, I guess for me is like more one-on-one engagement with I know people that are going to be in my league. I guess not so much with you. I haven't because I was kind of hoping to rely to talk to you on this or another time, but kind of making rule changes or like, hey, how do you guys feel about adding a second quarterback or do we want to do a kicker? Do we want to do, another flex player, another wide receiver, another running back, or you guys want to do bonuses for certain yards play, just stuff to like mix it up year to year? Because it's like like I always say, dude, 90% luck, 10% skill. So it's like let's mix it up, have a little bit of fun, and I'm always kind of just engaging with people one on one to get their feel on how they feel about it, what they think. Some people immediately are like, no, I shut it down right away. And other people are like, yeah, I'd probably be open to that. Like let's talk about it more, talk with some other people and see what they're feeling. But I'd say, yeah, if you just try to, engage with people, I guess, a little bit throughout your league. I know, as we've already talked about, it's kind of summer months. A lot of people are school's out for kids, going on vacations, going camping, going to the pool, going to the beach, all this stuff. Like, obviously, like I wish we all got summers off. So it's like the beaches would be 100 times more crowded
Me
than they already
too.
are, and campsites would be more crowded. But people still got to work, and have jobs. But yeah, I'd say just maybe put having some polls up for whether you're changing rules, adding position, taking a position away. Um, I don't know, doing something like that. Um, but I'd say the biggest thing is just kind of having engagement and showing that you still care. Obviously, feel like everyone that's, you know, in our league or, is serious about fantasy football, you are paying attention to the draft. And as soon as the draft ends, you're kind of thinking about next season and, your team and stuff like that. So I've always feel like people are always thinking about it. So it's like, if people are already thinking about it, just, come up with ways to engage with them, like, to
100%.
make them feel involved or want to be involved to show that you're excited too and you can't wait for the next season to start. So
Absolutely, dude. I think that is a super, super good point. Like we've been talking about it this whole episode already. Like there is stuff still going on with the league and all the changes and whatever. Keep that engagement up with your league. Talk to people, encourage that excitement for the draft party or determining draft order or what are we doing next month. And also, Jordan, I thought you really touched on a really important thing too, because we've been dealing with this since day one for GSC Maine, where we address rule changes every single year. Why? Because it helps it to stay competitive, right? It helps it to stay exciting. So just a couple of years ago, I think we talked about it on this podcast. We went from 2 wide receivers to 3 wide receivers. It's a 10-team league. Let's, deepen the pool of players a little bit. Just
Yeah.
things like that. I think that's super, super important to keep things fresh and keep people thinking about your league and thinking about fantasy football because, I mean, let's face it, it's really difficult to keep 10 people together or 12 people or, however many it is. It's difficult to do that in any facet of life, but especially for something that you only think about for, what is it, 4 months out of the year, 5 months
Yeah.
out of the year.
Yeah.
If you want a real productive league like this, like our league, we talk every single day in our group chat. Now, granted, we know each other, right? We all have we
History.
know each other's personality and like we've met each other and stuff like that. But I don't
Yeah.
think that's hard to achieve with people that you don't know. Like if you want to talk about some stuff, throw it out there to the group chat. You know what I mean? Hey, I think like Brandon, like you said with our dynasty league, why don't we go to 2 quarterbacks? Throw a poll up. Throw a
Yeah,
question.
start a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super fun. So I love that. I love that you guys are doing that in your leagues. And everybody that's listening, I hope you're doing that in your leagues as well. I think it is sometimes, however, difficult to get, like you have those members that are not as active in the chat, right?
yeah.
Joe.
Ghostface Joe.
Oh, he is in our league, huh? Sorry. I forgot. I was like, who you guys talking about? Anyways,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We
Sorry.
forgot about him after I beat him in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That guy.
I forgot.
He's a ghost.
But I think, I guess what I'm getting at is engaging people like that specifically, because he's a very important part of our league. He is an active member, especially during the season, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't have to be just from kickoff to, final whistle at the Super Bowl. Like it doesn't have to be that. Like this can be a year-round thing, which is what we were able to achieve with Get Sunday Covered. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that or not. I feel like I'm ranting.
No, I know what you're saying. Like, I think that's why GSC for me is like, it's like, man, I know there's a lot of clubs out there like how we do it where people are in the chat year round, but it's maybe a group of 10 guys that have known each other since they were in the 8th grade type thing,
Right.
stuff like that, party together when they were younger. Like, so it makes it easier to like communicate or talk about things. Like you kind of know how everyone is and like, you're not going to set someone off. No one's going to get triggered. Like we've all seen it in our like GSC chat, like shit can go bad like pretty quick in there. Like something bad can happen, something gets said wrong, and it's like feelings are gonna get hurt, and it is what it is.
I'm done with this league.
Yeah, and like it is what it is. Like I've been there, like everyone's been there. No, but I don't know. I feel like it almost makes it like obviously more fun to win and crappier to lose. I don't know the terminology for that, but
You ain't first, you're last.
you don't want to lose, So it's like I feel like it's obviously different, like when you know people and have met people face to face and like had actual conversations with them, and it's like you lose them in fantasy, and it's like people are gonna run their mouth like Cody, and it's like you won one time in 10 years. Sit down and shut up. Like
That's all it takes is one, man.
So it's stuff like, well, I had to let you win one. I couldn't win 3 in like 5 years. Like that's just rude.
Yeah, no, I
So,
can't let that. Yeah.
But no,
I might have kicked you out of the league for that one.
And I always think about, yeah, we need to do some type of punishment, like just come up with something like, and it's like it is hard because we're not all together. Like that's the tough thing is like, say, like 7 or Steve, maybe even Steven or Stefan, like one of these guys lose and they have to do something, like we're just taking their word for it because it's like someone can't be there, like they're not like right down the street, we don't live together, like, but it's something that can be videoed. I don't know if you guys saw this in the offseason. There was a gentleman, he got last place in his fantasy league. He had to do an 18 round of golf in a dress. He comes out on second hole, hits a hole in one, in the dress. Like, what a
Let's
legend.
go.
Like, I would run my mouth so hard. Like, I
Oh,
put
yeah.
this in with wearing a dress, you know, so it's stuff like that where it's like, you know, how much more enjoyment did he get out of that? Like, I got last place, but like, look what I did during my punishment type thing. So it's like, he was
Yeah.
able to talk like, so
You
yeah,
got the real laugh out of it, right?
yeah. So it's like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was probably a group of guys that have known each other a long time, but it's like, even if you got maybe, you know, 2 or 3 people involved in it on a punishment, just so it's like someone was able to be there, someone was able to take pictures or record whatever's going on. So it's like, that would give more engagement for the off season, you know, say, hey, we're not doing this punishment until July 18th this weekend. Like, take time off. We're all meeting up in wherever, and someone's going to wear a dress. Or nowadays, I mean, you might be taken as a real woman or man. Like, you got to be kind of wary about that. But so it's like, whatever you're going to do, like, you could push it till this like dead time. Like, hey, let's go meet up for a baseball game. You got to put down 10 beers in 9 innings, something like that. Like, nothing even too crazy.
The
Like, I'll do that.
999 challenge.
I don't
baby.
even have to.
9
Yeah,
holes
I'm
of
not.
Yes,
golf,
sir.
nine beers, and 9 hot dogs.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know.
The
So I think
999 challenge.
just doing something like that.
9
having-
innings, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just have more engagement to where you push it, you know, a month or 2 off once your season's ended. Maybe, you know, have more engagement involved with it.
No, I think that's like just the general point, right? Like, if you're going to be investing all of your time and energy into this league and these people for 5 months, why not just keep it going? There's no reason not to, right?
Yeah.
Did you? It's so funny that you brought up the fantasy punishment. We're fresh off the Stanley Cup final, fresh off the NBA finals. Did you
Yeah.
guys see the guy that he lost his fantasy football league and had to go to the Florida Panthers parade in an Oilers
In an
jersey?
Oilers jersey? Yes. Yes.
I mean, you might get stabbed for that. Like,
That is
In
so
Florida.
amazing.
He even had a
Wow.
sign though. Like, he at least had a sign. And I mean, at least he did that, because otherwise people, hold on, buddy. At least people were a little bit more considerate and not giving him so much shit. But
yeah.
I know if I'm
That's
someone and I see him in an Oilers jersey, or, you know, Theo, hold on.
And
I know, like, for me, I would just start shit talking him even more because he lost.
Oh
his
yeah,
fantasy.
absolutely.
As
I
a,
wouldn't even be
but that's
talking
as
about
a
the Oilers
fantasy-
at
But
that
that's
point.
as a fantasy football enthusiast, like that would be what I would do.
Was you said he lost his fantasy football, Cody?
Yeah, that was his punishment. So he had to
See?
show up to the parade in an Oilers jersey.
So like that's my whole point. You know, when did fantasy football end? You know, 5 months ago, 4 months ago,
January.
whatever. You know, so now
Yeah.
it's like, here we are in June, and like that's that dude's punishment. Like, so it's like, you know, they were just building up for like the last, like, what, you know, at least month or so, you know, because I'm sure it was determined, hey, whoever wins the Stanley Cup, you have to go as a jersey wearing the opposite team that lost, whatever it was. But I'm like, so I'm sure once it came down to Florida close to winning, like, if they had a group chat or people were texting me individually, like, hoping Florida closes it out tonight, like, tonight's tonight, parade's going to be in 4 days, you ready, type thing, you know, like stuff like that.
And-
So it's like,
Yeah. Honestly, and that's something that I would gladly fund too. Like, if everybody just wanted to get together and be like, no, we're buying you a plane ticket, you're going and you're doing this. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like I'm going, like, I will be the one filming it, like making sure that like happen, like stuff like that. I think, like I said, I think it's stuff like that where it's like, in the moment, like when you're trying to think about a punishment, you know, it's kind of hard to think of ones. Like, I'm not, like, I don't want anyone to have to get a tattoo or some sort of piercing, some sort of body modification that, like, I don't want to get a tattoo. I don't want to get a piercing. Like, yeah, I'm down to wear a jersey. I'm down to wear a dress, like stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, it's embarrassing. Everyone gets a good laugh out of it, you know, but like when it comes down to it, like when I come back and I win the next year, it's like, remember when I wore a dress last year and I beat everyone this season type thing. So it's like, it almost like makes it
So is
sweeter.
Jordan-
you know?
Exactly.
Jordan admitting right now that if he gets last place this upcoming season, he's going to go play 18 holes in a dress.
Well, I'll do that, but me and last place thing doesn't get along. Like, if it's my league, if it's my own league, yes, absolutely. Every other league, I do just fine. So it's just like, No, we're good. That's not happening. But I don't know. We should come up with
Uh,
something for it this year.
hey man, I've been pushing for a last place punishment in GSC for a long time, and I think that is part of the issue is that because we're not all together. But again, keeping your leagues engaged, I think that opens up the door for opportunity, creativity, stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
agree, man. I'm super down, super down.
Do it.
Um, um, speaking of the off season, keeping things rolling. Get Sunday Covered did just have our dynasty draft. So for those of you that are listening and are in that, let's go. It is rolling. We just did our dynasty draft. It was super fun. Jordan, I don't know if you've ever played Dynasty. Brandon, I'm not sure if you have prior to this either. Dynasty is an entire different animal. It is super fun, but it's also a lot of work, man. It's super
It's
crazy.
Time
But
consuming.
I wanted to
my
ask you guys.
team, my RB1, let me just say this. My RB1 in my dynasty league fucking sucks.
Who's your RB1?
Nick Chubb.
My RB1 is Ramondre
Oh, he doesn't
Stevenson.
even know. That's how bad he sucks.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Doesn't even know.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
rocking with Isaiah Pacheco and Javante Williams.
Dude, I have like no
Yeah,
true RB.
yeah.
My
It's
team's so
weird.
bad.
Like, dude, Dynasty's super fun. But have you guys heard about Devi? Devi fantasy football?
I didn't up until about an hour ago.
Basically, it lets you draft college players that are still in college and essentially put them on your taxi squad or whatever.
Oh,
So
that's
you're
cool.
you're going
I fuck with
beyond
that.
you're going
The
beyond rookies.
the
Yeah.
game is evolving, is what I'm getting at. Fantasy football is evolving. I am here for it. I'm intimidated by it, but I am here for it. I love to see it. Like you can start really like investing into college football and what he's like it's a lot. I watch his tape. He's from a small school, whatever. You can start drafting these guys onto your dynasty squad
You have to, can you pick him up in free
for
agency?
a year from now. Yeah, in Devi you can. Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope.
It's
I
crazy.
feel that's something
Super
you got to
crazy.
be committed to, just like a dynasty league. Same type of stuff. You got to be. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think you mentioned it earlier, Cody, about getting like keeping 10 people around on the league, from year in, year out. Like it's just so hard to get like a commitment from like 10 people every year. It's like, you know, I I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, I don't want to commit to a lot of things because like some nights it's like, oh yeah, you want to go out to dinner tonight? Like actually no, like I worked all day and like work sucked. So it's just like, no, I just
Yeah.
want to chill, type thing. So it's like, so I get it, like where people come in fantasy football or anything, any of those, where it's just like people got a lot of stuff going on in their life. So, but if you can get, 8 to 10 people for that, I think it would be super cool if you could like, hey, here's a contract, like we got a 5-year commitment to this, like signing up right now for whatever, something like that. But it's like, yeah, if you could get a group of guys together for, you know, 5, 6 years, like you could have some fun with it. I don't know, people
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
get obviously got to be invested in college a little bit also. But I feel like if the NFL like that, the college is the minor leagues for the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%. 100%.
Reek.
Um,
That's Nito Burrito.
do we have anything else, guys? I have a quick announcement, but I just want to check out with you guys, make sure, do we have any final thoughts, closing thoughts, things you guys are excited about, things you want to talk about, anything like that?
Nope. I'm good.
who
Oh, actually, I'll take that back. Merch store. It's open. Get your GSC merch. Champions. There's a special store for you. Hit me up.
How the fuck did you get one then?
This isn't a champions one. This is just a regular one.
You're right. It's not.
You're a champion and you haven't even ordered anything. Loser.
Who,
What about you, Jordan?
I guess my thing for this year, like, I don't know, man. I don't think Cam Ward's going to do good for Tennessee. Like, I don't know if there's
Ooh.
not that many great
Hot take right
quarterbacks.
at the end. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I don't feel like there's that many great quarterbacks. I feel like the Steelers should have jumped up in the 5th round to take Shador. I'll take a chance on him in the 5th round. I don't know why he dropped that much, but I don't know. I don't see the quarterback class this year doing much of anything. But I think Cam Ward comes out and just like looking
Dog
twice as
shit.
bad as Caleb Williams type stuff.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
as soon as you said that about him not being a great, first round draft pick, we've seen that before, right? I wanted to
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you, how many games before Shador is the starter for Cleveland?
I mean,
12.
12?
12.
I mean,
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty fair bet.
so they haven't technically named a starter right now, right? I mean, they got like 7 people on their quarterback room.
No.
Deshaun Watson's out, still getting massages, so that leaves you with Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, who's
Baby Hands
Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett, yeah, baby hands Pickett. They drafted 3 quarterbacks, right? Or was it only 2? It was Gabriel and
Dylan Gabriel.
Shador.
Gabriel and Shador.
All right, so it comes down to those 4 guys, legitimately. So you have 5 guys total in the quarterback room. Like, what's going on there? I don't know. Like, I'm gonna put the over under on like I'd say it's 6, dude. It's over under 6.
I was going to say 9.
So I feel like Cleveland comes out like 0-5 with Joe Flacco in there. Like, it's prime time, Shador Sanders time. I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of like I told you guys. Like the thing that worries me about Shador. Who did Colorado play? Didn't play anyone. Who did Miami play? Who did Cam Ward play? Nobody. Unless you're coming out of the SEC anymore, I feel like you ain't playing nobody. NIL has changed that some, but
You
Big
can come out
10.
the Big Ten.
yeah, Big Ten I'd say is second best to SEC, but I don't know. We'll see, man. Hopefully he makes me, bite my tongue and comes out and has a Jaden Daniels type season, or he's going to be worse than Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You got one or the other. So we'll see. I guess that's my only take about what you guys kind of thought about this rookie quarterback class.
It's not great.
Or
I'll
lack
say that.
thereof.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. I'm not super stoked. I'm more excited about other things for lack of a better term. Like I'm not super, the hype behind Caleb Williams last year was
unreal.
unmatched for the last couple of years. So I don't know. Yeah. Plus he's going to the Titans. Like who gives a shit about the Titans?
Yeah.
I don't. It's one of those organizations, man. Like you just hang around because you're part of the NFL, and that's it.
You're still wearing your Steve McNair jerseys to the game. Like
right.
This is when they were good. Steve McNair and Jeff Fisher like come back. So stuff like that.
Well, guys, unless you have anything else, I do want to just take a moment to I have a quick announcement. Drop it on the podcast because it's a while. It's been a few months since you and I talked over the microphone. It's really good to see you guys, but since we've been talking about league engagement and keeping people excited and stuff like that, I think it's time, guys. We're ready for it. Let's do a way too early best ball draft, guys. Check it out. Pay attention to our socials because the link is going to be dropped there. But you heard it here first. We are doing a way too early best ball draft in the next week. Let's call it, what do you think? Sunday? Get your Sunday covered. Way too early best ball. Draft it. Leave it. Win 50% off one of our tournaments next year. We're talking March Madness. We're talking NBA. We're talking NHL. Any of that. You win the best ball league. 50% off the buy-in. You walk away with a lot of money.
Sweet.
Nice. I'm with it.
All right.
Best ball is the funnest one because you don't have to
Best
do
ball's the
anything.
easiest.
You don't have to do
Said it wrong.
anything.
It's the easiest.
You
Draft it,
draft
leave it.
and boom, it's easy.
Yeah. Set it.
Easiest by
And-
far.
And
You
for
don't even
those
have
of
to
you
set
that
it. It
played
just does
last year, do not drop your players thinking that you can pick one up off the waiver wire. That's not how it works.
Someone tears their
The
ACL,
waiver wire
you
You're
lose.
stuck.
locked. Do
Like,
not
I mean-
drop your people.
What's that? What was that old infomercial? You guys might be too young. I think it was like some countertop, like convectional oven. You set it and forget it. Like he's cooking stuff or whatever. So that's how best ball is. You set it and forget it. Like it is what it is, man. Like you get what you get. So easier than Dynasty,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
still difficult.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I was too young for that reference, man. I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, I figured you guys didn't. Hopefully,
Don't let the gray hair fool you. I'm still a child.
someone of the
You got more
older-
gray hair than him, Cody.
I know,
Yeah, you
dude. It's
do.
getting bad.
There's only a little bit of white down here. Maybe Whitney or Seamus or Steven, one of those. We'll watch it and get the reference, but we'll see. Hopefully someone out there gets it.
Seamus
if-
will be
Maybe
perfect for it.
maybe
Yeah.
Stefan, not Steven.
Yeah, Stefan. Yeah, not Steven. But yeah, maybe someone will get it. But yeah, best ball's fun for that because it's you don't have to worry about, like you said, picking up guys off waivers. So I think it's fun if you've never done it and you want to join another league and you're worried about being too busy for two leagues. Like
Super
best
easy.
ball's the easiest. Like kind of, you just show up for your draft and hope no one gets injured for your team and no one plays super bad and you just let it run.
Sweet.
And just
Don't forget
just
to like, comment, and subscribe.
subscribe that motherfucker.
Subscribe.
Hey, just a little secret before we peace out of here. We're gonna do 2 best ball leagues this year. Good to see you guys.
Ooh.
Miss you. It's
You
been
too.
fun. It's the Get Sunday Covered podcast. Peace.
Till next time. Peace.